Hello, hello, hello. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. This is going to be a group energy healing where I heal 143 people in 13 different countries. And this is the final group healing of 2024 that I will be doing. And the theme that we've had for this whole month is power, confidence, and flow under pressure. And we will be adding a little bit more explicit detail to the flow under pressure, because I've sort of a little bit blown off the flow under pressure part until now. But flow under pressure, I'm going to substitute in something a little more specific in being clear holiday baggage, clear recurring event baggage. So I linked in the chat a video that was related to it, an old video from 6 years ago. It's not that long. It's probably like 15 minutes long if I remember, but I did put chapters in that video so you can like jump around, even more time saving. But anyway, so essentially today is power, confidence, and clear holiday baggage or clear recurring event baggage. Okay, so as I said, today is the theme is power, confidence, and a special theme of clearing holiday baggage or clearing recurring event baggage. So what do I mean by recurring event baggage? So recurring events could be like, you know, every time you wake up, or it could be every birthday that you have, or it could be every time you have to leave the house for an appointment that's like a set time, or every time, you know, whatever, you get the idea. Recurring events. Like having to get your kids to bed could be a recurring event that you have trauma about. All sorts of things. So holiday baggage, holidays are recurring events. And the technique in the video that I linked in the chat is at the time I called it echo effect. So if you search Janet Wright holidays echo effect, you'll find it as well. But we're gonna do echo effect technique today. I may rename it to like string of beads technique, because that's literally what you're doing. You're imagining a string of beads that goes from like past to present, and it represents, and each bead is like one of the recurring events. And then you just notice like the color of the bead or just the vibe on the bead, as far as like if there's leftover baggage in that, you know, like say if you imagined, you know, like some people celebrate Christmas. I do not. But when I was growing up, my birth family did, and probably still does. So I could look at a string of beads representing all the Christmases that I've lived through in this life. And you can make it like clear in gold if there's no leftover baggage that you have to clear, you know, that bead for that year. But then, you know, if it's like, make it like black or white or something if there's baggage that you need to clear from that Christmas. You know, same thing for birthdays, all your birthdays, or, you know, whatever. So, and it's kind of more, I don't know, there's like a poetry to it or something. I think it's because essentially it's timeline healing, but it's timeline healing specifically for recurring events. So I do have a lot of timeline healing videos. If you wanted to search Janet Wright timeline healing, there's a bunch of old videos on that. So anyway, we'll use that today to clear holiday baggage and recurring event baggage. And so that's part of why that's today is because today is Christmas Eve. So for people that have celebrated that in the past, or, you know, they're people they know do celebrate that, that's a thing. But if you have never celebrated that and you celebrate a different religious holiday, you know, that's the technique works just fine. It's not like a Christians only technique. Let's clear your Christian holiday baggage. It could be Muslim holidays that have gotten you screwed up, or you know, whatever, or just birthdays or tax days. You know, you can have a bead for every time you had to do your taxes in your adult life. And that one could be past lives too. Any tax related baggage from this or past lives, you can see it as beads. So anyway, that we will. Long story long, we will be doing that technique, which, you know, you could call the string of beads technique, so you actually remember what the technique is about, or you could call it the echo effect. The reason why I had called it echo effect is because it's kind of like you feel the crappiness of the old baggage when the next recurring event happens. Like it sort of messes with your experience of the current event, be it a holiday or, you know, having to leave the house on time or whatever, getting your kid to sleep or whatever, doing your taxes, all the fun ones. So anyway, we'll be doing that. That's a definite for today. Another one we'll be doing, and I finally got my graphics better, so thanks for your patience. If you watched the live stream 2 days ago when I was fumbling around, but I did get, here we go. See, look, the chakra man. He's really hairy in front, but in back, you know, he looks pretty fabulous. But anyway, the yellow lines are the urinary bladder meridian, and those points down around his butt, I'm calling butt chakras, which they're points along the urinary bladder meridian. But so just a reminder, all those dots in the diagram, those are chakras, minor chakras, I call them, because they're not one of the 7 major chakras. But anyway, so those are urinary bladder meridian points that are cool, that we really haven't spent much time on, or any time on, specifically until 2 days ago. So that was cool. We're going to definitely do that again, because that can help your lower back, and also you know, down where around the butt, where like the urinary bladder meridian, the inner branches of it form that like N. It looks kind of like a letter N. Yeah, that's like really near your first chakra and your Kundalini chakra, the back of them. So I think that working all that, because it's near the back of all your chakras, it could help, you know, all the chakras. And there are other images that I have of that I can now easily refer to, as opposed to 2 days ago when I was fumbling around forever. So like that is the upper part. And then this one I especially like, because you can see like so many meridians, and it just looks like rah, so cool. So I'm going to be using that image and unblock. So we'll unblock all that you can see in that diagram, plus lower down, you know, to get the butt points too, of course. Can't leave those out. There we go. So that'll be fun as well as useful. So yay for butt points. Butt chakras. And back chakras. Another theme. Oh, and along those lines, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to spend a little extra time like checking people to make sure that the backs of people's major chakras along the spine are releasing properly, because the chakra shape is like this, right? And so energy flows, typically your energy flows in one end and out the other, right? But a lot of times and the 7th chakra is oriented this way, but 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are oriented this way, with round opening in the front and round opening in the back. So you should be able to see like giant, I mean, if you could see energy, or imagine, you know, but the back of your 6, it should be back and fifth, back and fourth, third, second, first, lots of flow out, and I noticed I was kind of surprised at how many people had not great flow out the back of their major chakras, because we did so much pretty neat unblocking, I thought, I mean, the unblocking we did, I did see the benefit in a bunch of people, but still it was like plenty of people, just something simple like the back of the chakra not releasing properly or well enough was way more common than I would have thought. So we're gonna focus on that. It's such a fundamental thing, so anyway, that I will be paying extra attention to make sure as much best I can that people are cool with that. Another part of today, I'm going to give it its own little chapter title. Okay, so hate attracts darkness. So I want to discuss that right now, and then during the healing, we're going to work on it. The subtitle of that is "Life is Not Fair," I think, because I mean, it's true. Life is not fair. I'm not trying to get you stuck in your fourth. Like, if you're really stuck about life is not fair, then unblock your fourth, right? Because that's how you would feel potentially if your fourth is really blocked, to be like, oh my God, life is so unfair. It's so terrible, right? So I'm not advocating that, so open your fourth back up, and just like view from your sixth and your seventh so that you're, more level-headed about it. But like realistically, factually, as a reader, I've read thousands of people, life is not fair. Like, there's nothing about the way energy works and manifesting and angels and all that is fair per se. I mean, the only maybe fairness is like everyone has their own angels. So like, no matter who you are, you have your own angels. Everyone has a full set of chakras, no matter who you are. So I guess maybe if you had to really try hard to find out what's fair, that would be fair. But like, okay, if you're stuck in hate, probably terrible things have happened to you, right? And that's why you're stuck in hate. Like, people aren't stuck in hate just cause, like there's actual reasons, and they were not fun whenever they were in a past life or in this life or both, all of the above, right? But the problem is, okay, if you have terrible things that happen to you, right? But then you get stuck about it and you don't end up clearing the blocked energy, you might get stuck in hatred, and you hate certain things, and maybe you just hate your life. I have some clients like that pretty vehemently hate their life. Or maybe you hate a person, like you hate your father, or you hate, your ex-husband or something. And the problem with that, I mean, there are a couple problems with that. One of them is that you might be being invasive and throwing energy at that person, which is starting, like feeding an ongoing battle on a spirit level and causing you ending up in you getting a lot of damage to your energy field. So it's just not strategically wise to be stuck in hate in that way, for that reason. But actually, an even bigger reason, which I don't tend to look at, so I don't tend to talk about, but I will today and we'll work it, is that hatred attracts darkness, meaning invasive beings. It's like a dinner bell for them. And I don't exactly know why, except that hate is such I guess hate is darkness in a way, and so it's like attracts like, and so so like a way more than usual amount of invasive beings will be attracted to someone who's stuck in hate, which, is not fair, right? Because say, Betty Boop, terrible things happened to her, and she didn't clear them, and so she's stuck in hate now, and now all these invasive beings are like mobbing her space all the time, and that's not fair, right? Because Betty Boop should get a break if the universe was fair, because bad things happen to Betty Boop, right? But the universe is not fair, and so it just keeps compounding unless she clears the hate, and then she can get some breathing room and, hear her angels better, let them help her better. Do you know what I mean? Like, hate is kind of the polar opposite of like angels and working with angels and letting them help and guide you. So So we're gonna look for that, blocked up hate. And hate technically is probably like a really potent form of repressed anger. But I think it's also like stuck heart chakra energy too, like resentment. So maybe it's repressed anger plus resentment equals hate, something like that. So if we had to pinpoint chakras for hate, it would be 4th and 2nd, stuck. But I don't think we're going to do it as literal as, okay, now we're going to clear hate out of your 4th, now we're going to clear hate out of your 2nd. We'll just, put the blocks causing you to be stuck in hate out in front of you and clear them that way. So that's that. It'll be easy to do, and hopefully it will help with everybody's energy safety, and it can help too, like how people react to you. Because I said like attracts like, so you could be accidentally giving off sort of insulting vibes or off-putting vibes to people that you don't want to do that with, because you have even just subconscious hate in your space. So it should be good to work that. And as a repeat of what we did 2 days ago, I will be again using that clip. I'll play it now. I didn't play it last time. I didn't play it during the intro, but it's fun. Why not? So here it is right here, and I'll talk you through it. So, okay, so this is, you imagine all that stuck energy around, yourself, and it could be close to your body, like in this diagram, like in the image, or it could be in your auras as well. And you just imagine it, and you start, you ask angels to recycle any invasive beings that are in the way, and then you just start melting it with gold light and use more gold light to melt people's cords to it. And then you can let it dissolve it bit by bit, or blow it up like she just did in that image, explode it all at once. And then as the chunks are flying off you, you make sure they fully destroy, just like in the image. And then you're just a rock star. Right? So we'll be using that clip today as well. I wanted to make a video short of it because some people said they would use it if it was like just a video all by itself. But I thought maybe like the I might do a better audio version walkthrough of it today than 2 days ago, and I want to be able to pick the best version for the little standalone video. So we'll see. We'll see. Also something that will repeat from 2 days ago is conflict resolution flowers. And 2 days ago, we just sort of worked it in before we did bigger things. We did conflict resolution flowers again, just to like pacify people that I mean, not forcibly pacify them, but possibly pacify them. Because conflict resolution, angel-assisted conflict resolution flowers, you don't give directly to the people that are your backlash people, or people you want to improve relations with. You give them to the angels, and you ask the angels not only to edit the flowers so that they're as appropriate as possible, but you ask the angels only to deliver them if they'll help. And so that's a nice way to possibly, it's something you can do about backlash people. That's totally safe because you're giving them to your angels, and the angels make the call on not only editing them, but whether they get delivered or not. So we'll do that again today. So that's all. So that's a lot, though. So we'll see. See how it goes. It should be fun. So, I guess you can let me know too, either in the chat or in your survey or under the video later, if it helped or if it was sort of either way is fine about having the healing a week later. This set of 2 healings, I moved it so it was later, so it's like right up against Christmas holiday. Is closer to New Year's. It's probably, I don't know if it's better or worse for Muslim holidays having it now than, you know, I don't know where that lines up. I did look it up at one point, but I forgot. But anyway, you can let me know if the timing of this, as opposed to having it a week ago, which, if this is better or not for you, or it doesn't matter. Because I adjusted the timing on the February twin set also, for a similar reason, just to like space them out. So they're a little more equal spacing between sets. But I don't know that I'll always do that. I'll just use my intuition and figure that out. But I am curious if it makes a difference for you guys on a conscious level. Okay. So now I'm going to look at chat comments, and then we'll do 3 minutes of quiet, and then we'll get going with the healing. Okay. Hi, Janet. We can see and hear you in Chicago, 40 degrees Fahrenheit and cloudy. Could be worse, right? I can see and hear you from Portland, Oregon. Hello in Portland, Oregon. Hello in Chicago. Hello from Ottawa, Canada. Hello in Canada. Sunny day, and about a foot of snow fell last night. Wow. A foot of snow. I was going to say, do you own snowshoes? But I guess for a foot of snow, you don't need snowshoes. But I'm wondering if you do own snowshoes. Snowshoes. Like, you know, like those webbed things that you can walk on like big snowfall with. I don't have any of those. We don't tend to get a lot of snow here, except the year that we bought the snowblower, and then ever since then we haven't gotten much snow. The snowblower like protects us, I think. Someone says, hello, needing this today. Thank you, Janet. You're welcome. This is, oh, and if you guys could give this a thumbs up, because there could be people that need it today, but YouTube is not showing it to them because of the almighty algorithm. So if you give it a thumbs up and comment, then YouTube is like, oh, that must be a legitimate live stream. I thought it wasn't. Yeah, so consider giving this live stream and or video a thumbs up, please and thank you. And you're awesome. You deserve thumbs up too. This is hello from Ireland. Muckamore, Ireland. Hello to you. Hi from DC, the capital of the United States of America. 40 degrees and cloudy. Hello to you. The video keeps freezing. Video seems fine to me, says somebody else. Yeah, it just flickered to me, so I don't know if you're seeing flickers or not. You can let me know if the video is flickering. Is it flickering? Because YouTube Diagnostics doesn't really tell me. And either way, it says excellent connection when I look it up. So who knows? Alrighty. Oh, someone says it was my Wi-Fi. It's good. Oh, that's nice to know. Hello, Janet and everyone. Aha, it makes sense about why I'm so ambivalent about my birthday. Yeah, old baggage. Yeah, so the echo effect / string of beads technique should be interesting. Yes, it's flickering. Oh well. I wish I could fix that. I don't know about a fix, but I'm going to try to mess with wires. Maybe that'll magically fix it, but probably won't. Probably won't. Okay. Video is clear here, and I'm driving way out in the country. How about that? Go figure. All right, cool. Oh, and I have a new microphone foam color today. And I worked to coordinate my hoodie with my microphone cover. A whole new level of color therapy today. Plus we have our sunrise in the background there. I could show you the sunrise, a better view of it. There we go. That's just the sunrise for you. And you know, just so you know, that sunrise is like a little extra cool because it was foggy that morning. And so the sunrise, it's like kind of lighting up the fog. So that's a foggy sunrise, is what that is. Anyway, fun fact. All righty. Now what? I will do 1 minute for newbies, bringing them up to speed. Okay, for newbies, I do love you, and you're welcome to watch. I do 5 of these every month. I love my veterans as well, of course, my veterans. I'm an energy healer. I'm a reader, teaching what I do, and these live streams, they're group healings, meaning I'm healing a group of a lot of people in a lot of countries. And I talk out loud as I do it, so you can use it as a walkthrough and heal yourself based on what I'm saying. Use your hands. They can generate a lot of energy, so that's useful in a healing. So your hand chakra is in the palm of your hand. It's quite large. And then the fingertip chakra, there's one in each fingertip. You set those to be a metallic gold color, and I can't find my gold glitter right now. So I'll show you a gold little yoga dog, because that's gold too. So gold like the yoga dog. Maybe you set those chakras, hand chakras and fingertip chakras, to be a metallic gold color. And then they'll generate that color, because that's the color you set them to. So even if you can't see energy, it's okay, it works. Just do it with your thought or your intention or your imagination. And then you have a copy out in front of you of yourself, and you heal the copy of yourself, and that's what heals you. You could do direct healing like this, but that gets hard when you're trying to work your butt chakras and everywhere else. So just, you can use a copy out in front of you, and the copy can be of everything, all your all you know, your 17 auras, and your physical body and your astral body, and both your groundings, your connections to the core of the earth. Or it could just be of a certain part of your energy system. You know, you can change your copy, make it big, make it small, make it a whole bunch at once of things, you know, whatever. So that's the idea for newbies. And yes, that was not a minute long. It was longer. All right, so now I will actually be quiet for 3 minutes as I finish my prep and start the healing. Oh, and one more thing, which is not quiet, sorry, is you can go on my website and purchase healing sets so that I heal you in one of these healings, or a set of these healings. And that's my website, jwhealing.com. January and February 2025 healing sets are for sale right now. Okay, now quiet, finally. Okay, let's do grounding. Just recreate both your groundings, your connections to the core of the earth. One for your physical body and your physical body aura, and one for your astral body, which is you as a spirit, and your astral body aura. And make those groundings nice and wide as all your auras, and make them wide all the way down to the core of the earth. Make them both the same color, red or orange or yellow. And then you make copies of your groundings out in front of you and use gold light to melt away blocked energy in your groundings. And indie grounding is where you check the outer surface of your groundings. And you run gold light along that outer surface to melt away anybody else's grounding that's attaching to yours. Just melt all that away. Even if you have young kids, it's better if their groundings go straight down to the core of the earth and doesn't hook into yours. And just think, do I have enough grounding for my life right now? You know, maybe today's a challenging day for you. Maybe, you know, whatever. Maybe you have a lot of old baggage to get rid of. And so the more flow and the more unblocked your grounding is, the more flowing and unblocked it is, the better. Most people assume that, you know, if something is kind of daunting, like some, you know, bigger event or bigger experience, you're going to feel like crap no matter what. But actually your grounding plays a big role in how you're able to handle stress. You know, the whole flow under pressure thing. 80% of that probably is grounding. Good grounding. All right, good enough. Okay, aura repair. So you have 17 auras. You can imagine them all out in front of you, comb through them all. There's your physical body aura, your astral body aura, and then 15 auras called Wei Qi auras, Weichi. And Wei Qi is strong boundaries energy. It's a traditional Chinese medicine concept. And then the angels explained to me that the 15 auras for your Wei Qi energy, that's not a standard traditional Chinese medicine idea about the 15 Wei Qi auras. But Wei Qi is standard traditional Chinese medicine. Wei Qi as being defensive energy, strong boundaries energy. So anyway, as you comb through your auras, just clean them out, unblock them, and you want to check for rips. And it's good to be able to notice, you know, do I have rips? Do I need to do aura repair? A lot of people, they're like, oh, today was really hard. And it's like, well, yeah, because your aura was ripped up the entire day, you know? So it's really good to try to check for these things, these, you know, the 5 essential type things that we're doing: grounding, aura repair, creative ring repair, chakra repair, and stuff back here. So let's do aura repair. We'll use composite copy technique. So you imagine, you create with your intention a rip. I mean, you don't create the rip, an image of a rip, right? And with your intention, you say, okay, this represents all the rips in my 17 auras. And then as you repair this rip, you're repairing those rips in your 17 auras, right? So you make your image of a rip and then clean it out with sticky gold wax, which is gold light from your hands that with your intention, it sticks to everything that's not you and forms a big lump. Then you can lift out all the junk at once. Angels, here you go, and give it to your angels. So then sticky gold wax, fill it up, lift out all the junk. Angels, here you go. So what is the junk? It's hard objects that were thrown at you that are still there. Invasive people, invasive beings. So just have it all form a big lump. Lift it out. Angels, here you go. So then the gold light should be able to permeate really deeply into the ripped parts and start the healing and repair. And make sure you don't end too soon. You want to get it to be all nice and bouncy and repaired. All right, so then you may have 1 or 2 leftover rips, so you can do the whole process again quickly. Make an image to represent any leftover rips that you still have. Fill it up with sticky gold wax. Get rid of the junk. Angels, here you go. Sticky gold wax. Angels, here you go. You can also ask, angels, if there are any invasive beings in the way of this repair, can you please recycle them? Deep breath. Let your angels do that work for you. And then same thing. Just use gold light to repair these leftover rips. And maybe you have some leftover hard objects still. Just lift them out. Give them to your angels. All right. Check for any leftover aura hardness, either around the edges or like multiple patches of hardness within your auras, and just pile out in front of you copies of all that leftover aura hardness. You want to melt that away. That is weakness. You don't want any leftover hardness in your aura. You want flow. Flow is strong in energy stuff. So just pile out there the lumps of hardness from your aura and auras and just melt them away with gold light. So again, just pile out in front of you copies of any hardness in your auras and just melt it away with gold light. And melt cords going into it from other people. You can say, angels, if there are any invasive beings in the way of this, can you please recycle them? Again, pile out in front of you copies of any aura hardness, melt away cords. Angels, can you recycle any beings in the way? And then use gold light and melt the hardness. You can also blow it up too. Alrighty, so you can comb through all your auras. If you feel a before and after with that. Check your groundings again. You can redo your gold buffer zones. If you don't know what those are, you want to learn, I have a video. If you search Janet Wright gold buffer zones, you'll find it. They help slow the rate of aura damage. You keep recreating them. Okay, so we're going to do creative ring repair and unblocking, and we will also throw in a bit of unblocking of all your major chakras along your spine, your 7 physical body and 7 astral body chakras, but just all together at once, not separate. So your creative rings are up here, 1, 2, 3, 3 gold rings, and they, when they're working properly and you've repaired them and melted cords and unblocked them, they generate a lot of gold light, which is very useful and healing for you. And so it generates a nice gold force field right there. And then the rest of the gold light gets sent down to your major chakras, which is super useful for like continual self-healing on subconscious levels. So you can make a copy out in front of you of your 3 gold creative rings and make a big copy or small copy, whatever is engaging for you. And just use lots of gold light and melt away any hardness, melt away any cords. You just want the 3 gold creative rings, and use the gold light to repair any cracks or broken parts. You say, angels, if there are any invasive beings in the way of this repair, can you please recycle them? Take a deep breath. Again, angels, if there are any invasive beings in the way of this process, can you please recycle them? And you can use sticky gold wax. First, we'll just do it just for your creative rings. Have it stick to any hard objects or cords that are stuck in your creative rings. And just move all that junk out. Angels, here you go. Sticky gold wax, just your creative rings. Move out the junk. Angels, here you go. Do a little extra repair with all that gone. You want the flaps to be shut. So this is when they're open, which is an irritated state. So that's what you do not want them to look like. You want it to just be smooth rings with no flaps sticking out. So you just melt enough cords and melt away enough energy blocks that the flaps fall shut on their own. So now we can imagine your creative rings and then your 7 chakras, 7 astral inside your 7 physical, as much as is happening right now in your face. Because if you're like only in 7 through 3, then 2 and 1 are like next to each other. They're not inside each other. If you're in all your chakras, that means your astral body chakras are in all your physical body chakras. Your astral 7 are fit fully into all your physical 7. But you may not be that present right now or generally. So you want to view the way it is for real, but don't get too caught up in that if you don't know how present you are right now. But just so imagine your creative rings and then 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like I said already, 7th is oriented this way, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are oriented this way. So round opening in the front and the back. So just run gold light through and double check the backs of the chakras. Make sure they're releasing well out the back. And you want a big flow. So like you could check, like, is the left back side releasing well and the right back side? Because if one side is blocked, then it's still releasing, but one side is blocked. So it's better that none of it's blocked, right? So you can kind of double check that. And you can comb behind the auras behind the blocks. If you find that, like, say, the left side of most of them is blocked, comb the auras right behind there and melt away any blocked energy behind there. You could say too, angels, if there are any invasive beings messing with the major chakras, can you please recycle them? And you may have them releasing pretty well, but not like the lower 3 of them, 3, 2, and 1. So at that point, you could view them separately, you know, astral 3, 2, 1, physical 3, 2, 1, and see if it's just one or the other. One set or the other might be the case. You don't have to separate them, but sometimes it's kind of interesting. Like, oh yeah, it's my physical body, chakras 3, 2, and 1 that are more blocked. And if you do, in the chat after the healing, want me to look at, are the backs of your chakras releasing well? That's a chat comment you could post, you know, and if I don't know your initials from your YouTube name, just put your initials in the comment. But that's something that would be quick that I could look at for people in the chat after the healing if they wanted. But keep in mind, I'll just say which ones are blocked, and then, you know, it's your job to unblock them. But it could double check your work. You know, it could be like a validation of your work and what you're sensing. Okay, so sticky gold wax of all of them, creative rings and the 7 chakras. Have the wax stick to all the junk that's not you, that is healthy and gentle to get rid of. Move out that junk. Angels, here you go. Sticky gold wax, creative rings, 7 chakras. Astral and physical, move out the junk. Angels, here you go. Sticky gold wax. Creative rings, all major chakras. Move out the junk. Angels, here you go. Couple deep breaths. If you're feeling weird at all, double check your grounding. Make sure it's unblocked enough. Keep breathing. All right. Okay, so chakra repair. This is the basic chakra shape, an open cylinder. And so you would make a composite copy, make an image. You don't have to see it, just use your thought or your intention, but make an image out in front of you and have it represent all your major and minor chakras of your body and spirit, and then use gold light to repair and unblock and melt cords. And you can imagine if there are any invasive beings messing with your chakras right now, just imagine them like, even if they're kind of stuffed in there, just imagine them like out above, all lined up, and just say, angels, can you recycle all these beings? Deep breath. You have people corded to these chakras, just melt the cords. As we are doing chakra repair, let's also do angel-assisted conflict resolution flowers. Just because, you know, as you're unblocking your chakras, you're kicking out some people that were in your chakras. And angel-assisted conflict resolution flowers could help them to better adjust to not being in your space so that they don't, you know, immediately try to get back in. You know, it help them to, you know, clear whatever imbalances that they're having that makes them be invasive right now. So, so you can imagine any invasive people in your life. You don't have to know about who they are consciously, any invasive people, and also include any backlash people in your life. And don't do anything to them. Just imagine them in rows out to the side, and then make flowers, energy healing flowers that are going to be for them, but you don't give them directly to them. You'll give them to your angels. So make energy healing flowers out of universal healing energy for those people. It could be gold, it could be rainbow colors or both. And just have them be, you know, like a healing vibration for those people, right? So, because you want them ideally to be more healed and less invasive, right? So make it a healing vibration for them. And you could put messages in it. So it's a message flowers also. So like it could be, you know, I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. I hope, you know, you have a good new year. I hope, you know, I know life can be really challenging. But you do have angels, you know, your angels can help and guide you. Karma is real, so it's in your best interest to be gentle with yourself and respectful to others. And then you give those flowers to your angels. The angels, can you edit these flowers, check them, and only deliver them if they would help. Only deliver them to all those people if it would help. And then you can watch and see, you know, did half of them get delivered? Did most of them get delivered? Did, you know, and you don't have to worry about that because your angels are making that call for you. If it would help to deliver the flowers, maybe it wouldn't help. Maybe they're so sensitive to getting communication from you that it would not be helpful. So let the angels make the call on that. Right. So then let's go back to chakra repair, right? So you just have that copy out in front of you of your, you know, composite copy of your chakras representing all major and minor chakras, including acupuncture points of your body. Lots of gold light. You can lift out the blocks and melt them away. Lift out the blocks, melt them away. Your intention is you're lifting out a healthy and gentle amount to clear at one time. Lift out the blocks, melt them away, or blow them up if you're healing yourself. Lift out the blocks, melt them away. Let the flaps relax. There are flaps around the outer, the round openings, just like the creative ring flaps. So they would look like this if they're irritated. They would stick out. So just melt enough cords and melt enough blocks that your flaps around the round openings relax and fall shut. Deep breaths while you're doing this. You can lift out any blocks in the way of the theme that are healthy and gentle to get rid of right now. So any power, confidence, and holiday baggage blocks, lift those out. You can blow them up or melt them. Lift out any power, confidence, or holiday baggage blocks. Melt them away. Lift out those blocks. Melt them away. Finish up the chakra healing. All right. Good job. Okay. So now this section of this is the 5th of the 5 essentials, and this works the back of the aura directly behind the neck and the base of the skull, and also the physical neck, in and around the physical neck. So GKW stands for Good Karma Windows. They're in your they're in your astral body aura, and they're behind your head and behind your base of skull and your neck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 triple frame windows back here, and you want them to be repaired and be just for you. You don't want any hard objects or any cords, any invasive beings or invasive people in there. You can lift out the blocks, melt them away, or blow them up. Lift out any blocks in that area. Blow them up. You want to just double check, like, is junk getting through these windows? And if so, that means they need more repair. You say, angels, if there are any invasive beings getting through these windows or messing with them in any way, can you recycle them? Take a couple deep breaths. Of course, while you're doing this, deep breaths are always a good idea. Not just when I remind you. Okay, good enough. Flow zone is that same area, but your physical body aura. So back here, but also including in and around your physical body neck is your flow zone. So it's just a really good place to have flowing. And so, and you can get a really big block right behind the neck sometimes there, physical neck. So you can kind of hunt for that and melt it away or blow it up. Also, you can have invasive beings, of course, and invasive people in this area. Flow zone, physical body aura. So you can just say, angels, if there are any invasive beings in this area, can you please recycle them? And in and around your physical neck as well. Show a spine diagram in case that reminds you of your physical body and your physical body neck. I'm healing I'm healing a lot of people, but one person in particular, it's like she had mentioned that her husband has a lot of negative talk. Like, he talks about a lot of negative things, and actually that applies to several husbands that I'm healing. But you may have like some hardness around your neck and throat, partially because of your resistance to what you're hearing. So it could be their energy, of course, also, but it can be your resistance to the negative stuff that you're hearing. So just around your physical neck, look for any like hard bands of energy, or any big deposits of energy back there too, behind the neck. And just check up and down your spine. You want your energy, your body's energy, and your energy as a spirit to be able to flow nicely up and down your spine without traffic jams. You can bring up red earth energy through your spine. If you want, straight from the core of the earth. Couple deep breaths. I didn't mean to go to her. We'll go to her later. Sorry. Okay. Thanks for waiting. I was figuring out what we're doing next. So, okay, so clearing resistance, we're going to clear resistance, but in specifically also in relation to arguments that you've had or your likelihood to get into arguments. Some people they don't get into the argument. They just kind of like but the resistance blocks them up a lot. So they don't actually they're able to hold their tongue and not get into the argument, which most of the times would be pointless anyway. But they're too resistant. So rather than just, inner silence and calm and flow, it's like it's like a 20-car pileup, in their neck and their muscles and their nervous system and their body's immune system and their intestines, and it's just like you're imploding with all the resistance. So this technique, it can help you get into less arguments, but it can also just help you not hold it in and kill yourself over it. Like slowly. So just clearing resistance. So just pile out in front of you any energy blocks that are causing you to be in resistance. It could be stuff that people have said to you that got in your space, things that were communicated in an invasive way. So dumped energy, dumped communications, dumped energy of any sort. It could just be other things that are causing you to be in resistance. Certain perspectives, or like a recurring thing about like your list of shitty things in life, that could be causing you to have resistance, that you keep going through a list of shitty things. You don't have to keep a list of shitty things. Oh, just pile all that out in front of you. You would keep the wisdom, but you'd lose the resistance, right? So put out there your pile of list of shitty things, your all the remnants of arguments, things that bother you most about everybody in your life or society in general or whatever. Put out there everything that you resist, everything that's been dumped on you, and just say, angels, is it okay to clear all this right now? Is it healthy and gentle to clear all this right now? Chances are it is, actually, because resistance is very debilitating. So it's probably much gentler to clear it all. But anyway, have your angels double check. Deep breath. Okay, so everything that's still out in front of you, yes, it's healthy and gentle to clear right now. So go for it. Just, you can bring up red earth energy, soak it all in the red earth energy, use gold light, melt cords going into all this junk from other people. And then just, you can blow it up in like epic fireworks everywhere, or just, melt it away with gold light. So you're melting away resistance that you have, argument remnants, dumped energy remnants, whatever you're resisting, whatever you don't like about people, whatever. A couple deep breaths. And there are people that confuse resistance with a motivation. Like they're so used to running on resistance, like having resistance rev them up. Like, yes, and I hate these people, and these people did me wrong, and this is wrong, and this is wrong. And that's the only way they get themselves revved up. Otherwise, they're in total depression and inaction and inertia, right? And so resistance and just getting this frenetic resistance is not actually motivation. It's people are trying to substitute it for actual pure motivation, which is a heart energy, more like enthusiasm, motivation. They're like cousins, both generated by the heart chakra in the chest. But your resistance, you may be clinging on to your resistance because you don't know the difference. And so you may have that negative motivation that like, I'll show them. But it's very problematic and much less safe if you do that. So pile out there any negative motivation that you've been using and kind of you've been thinking is actual motivation. So pile out there all your negative motivation and just say, angels, should I clear this right now? That way, if you don't believe me, maybe you'll believe your angels. So then whatever is still out there is good to clear right now. So you can blow it up. Take your rage out that way. Just blow it all up. Or melt it away with gold light. So we're melting away resistance that you've been trying to pretend is actual motivation when it's really resistance, which is less safe and less nourishing. All right, good job. Okay, so like I talked about in the intro, the echo effect is where past baggage from past recurring events that you're still stuck about can affect you every time that recurring event comes back around. So that can happen with holidays or birthdays, but it can happen with, test taking or driving or something that you have an issue with. It could be previous times where you had that experience that you're still stuck about, that echoes forward. The bad feelings echo forward and influence how you're experiencing the event now. So you can imagine a string of beads, you know, like a necklace. If you take off a necklace and just hold it straight out, you know, and there's a whole bunch of beads there, right? String of beads. So we can just, for starters, do holiday baggage because it's the holiday time of year right now. For many cultures have holidays right around now. So you can just make a big string of beads representing your holidays, you know, present and past, you know, so it's like a timeline kind of. So all the holidays we'll just do in, I guess we'll make it interesting, past life too. So all the holidays that you've ever experienced in any of your lifetimes, right? So it's a long string of beads. And then have the ones that there's no baggage, you don't have to clear anything from that holiday, be like clear with a little gold if you want. And then the other ones are just different colors of stuff that you need to clear. And just run gold light through the whole thing. And just have your intention be you're going to clear a healthy and gentle amount, right? And so just run gold light through the string of beads of holidays so that you're clearing old holiday baggage. And we can lump birthdays into holidays. Lump in religious holidays, cultural holidays, family holidays, whatever they were. And just melt the baggage, melt a healthy and gentle amount of the baggage away. So some people said in their surveys that they, you know, like the hecticness from Christmas is affecting them more than they would like. And part of that is this can be remedied by this technique where you look at your past holidays in this life and past lives. You look for the baggage that's echoing forward. Because if most of the time it's related to that, it's not exactly that you don't have boundaries with other people's holiday energy now. I mean, that may be a little bit of it, but a lot of it could be your own past holiday baggage echoing forward for you. So just a little bit more gold light. You can bring up red earth energy if you want to, you know, soak all the beads in red earth energy, and then more gold light. You can find like the worst bead that is still healthy and gentle to work and just use extra gold light on the worst bead. And then the second to worst bead, extra gold light on that one. Third to worst bead, run gold light through that one. All right, because you don't want all that yuckiness echoing forward, right? It's better just to clear it. It's easier just to clear it. All right, so then you can let that go. Let's do like a tricolor earth energy soak, and then we'll do that technique a little bit more for some other recurring events. So big, make your groundings red and use them like a red straw. Bring up red earth energy and up, soak everything, all your auras, all your chakras, all your body in red earth energy, your astral body too. Red earth energy, and just take some deep breaths. Think about it's okay to receive. It's okay to let go. And then bring that red earth energy down to the level of your grounding, which would be as high as your third chakra, hopefully. And then make both your groundings orange. And bring up orange earth energy all the way up. Soak in the orange earth energy. Deep breath. Bring that back down. And make your grounding yellow, your favorite shade of yellow, and use it like a yellow straw. Bring up yellow earth energy up. Soak everything in yellow earth energy. And bring that back down to the level of your grounding at the third chakra, and make the colors whatever you want, either red or orange or yellow of your groundings, both the same color. All right, so then we'll do round 2 of the string of beads. So it's the second time we're doing it, and you can do it for any recurring events you want. You know, if you have a certain one that you need to do, like every time you have to drive a car, or every time you have to get your kids to bed, or every time you have to talk to one of your parents, or, you know, whatever. But I'll just do a general recurring events one. So it'll lump all your recurring events baggage together. So make one string of beads and have it, you know, it's from all your past lives and your present life all the way up to the present, and any baggage from recurring events. Just notice the different beads and the ones that are not clear and gold. There's some baggage that's healthy and gentle for you to melt away with gold light. You could do like a tricolor soak just for the beads. Bring up red earth energy from the core of the earth. Soak the beads in red earth energy. Bring up orange earth energy. Soak all the beads in orange earth energy and gold light. Bring up yellow earth energy. Soak all the beads in yellow earth energy and gold light. Then you can just pick like the worst bead that is still healthy and gentle to work right now, and just use lots of gold light with that bead. Help you to go ahead and melt baggage from that recurring event. There we go. Pick the next worst one. The bead that has the most old baggage for you to melt away, and just melt the baggage. Did you want memories, good memories, you know, on a spirit level, subconscious level, conscious level, but you don't want like yucky pain to keep coming forward so that you keep feeling it, right? So the only way to have it not come forward is to clear it. So just keep melting all that junk. All right, good enough. So you can just blow all that up. If you don't like blowing up your beads, you can give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. And like I said, you could do that exercise, the string of beads exercise to represent all sorts of different recurring events that you need to work on. Like maybe when you have a big project due, you know, make beads for big projects that you've had to do in the past. Like say if you have procrastination issues, or it's just big projects really freak you out. All right, good job. Mm. Okay, so now we'll work the back meridians because they're cool and it's helpful. And two, you know, the theme power, you know, I think power, confidence, all that kind of, you know, feeling like you can handle anything, having a strong back, you know, it's kind of can help you feel that way. You're ready for anything. Like you have your own back, you know that expression that people want somebody else to have their back. you know, energetically, since life is not fair, it's better to have your own back. I mean, ideally, the crazy thing is, if you have your own back, you're more likely to manifest supportive people in your life. If you don't have your own back and your own back is like a hot mess and you can't support yourself, you are less likely to manifest supportive people in your life, which is wildly unfair, but true. So let's work on strengthening your back. Let's do it. Butt chakras. All right. So first, the whole magical look of all of it at once. Whoa, how cool is that? Yeah, we can do all of what you can see right now in the diagram. So the brown one is small intestine meridian. The one that goes up the arm, starts in the pinky actually, which is kind of cool, and goes up the side of the hand. And oddly enough, like small intestine 3, I was looking it up, like small intestine like 2, 3, and 4 are along here. I'm not probably getting the exact like location to the millimeter, but they're along here, 2, 3, and 4. Small intestine 1 is in your pinky by your nail. But then 2, 3, and 4 are somewhere around here. And small intestine 3 is like insanely important, that point, which, you know, who knew? So, but anyway, but then it continues, and you can see it here with the brown line and the shoulder zigzag back there. That's small intestine meridian. But anyway, so we can do a little of that. I guess, yeah, we can do the start of small, since I talked about it. We can start with, we can do the first couple points, the small intestine meridian. So see right there, 2, 3, 4. So, oh no, wait, that's 2, 3, 4. So 3 is like right, the white dot is about to get to the third point. 3 right there. Right, so that's 1 at by the fingernail, pinky nail, and then getting to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So we're gonna just do 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because I felt like, well, 1 is really important. All the first points of any meridian are really important. Because energy flows from one meridian to the next, to the next, to the next. And if your first point is blocked, then that whole meridian doesn't get enough energy. And so it's all too depleted. And so anyway, these chakras, they're shaped like this, you know, and red would be a good color for them. So even though they're teeny weeny, they still have the chakra shape. So you can imagine like a bigger, much bigger version of it and just unblock. So I'm unblocking small intestine 1 right now. That small intestine, it's like your pinky. You can look up, you can Google. I like this website, Yin Yang House. They tend to have cool, I mean, a lot of different websites have cool diagrams, but if I want to go right to something that I know is decent, I'll go to Yin Yang House diagrams. So if you search, like, Google Yin Yang House small intestine meridian diagram, and then it'll pull up, and then you'll be able to see exactly, you know, where on the fingernail the first point is. As far as like the significance of each point, I don't always care, or, well, it's not that I don't care, but I don't always look them up, you know. But there is a document, so I'll put some kind of a link or something in the in the comments later. So you could download if you want the same document that I'm using. I'll try to find where I found it on the internet. And I don't know if it's the ultimate authority, but you know, it's like good enough for me. And that's where I was reading like all the different things that 1 point small intestine 3 does. It's like wild that how many it helps like clear and unblock the governing vessel meridian, which goes all the way up the back, midline of the back and around the front. So it does a whole bunch of other stuff too. That 1 point together with other points, but anyway. So right now I'm sort of going back and forth and unblocking small intestine 1, that acupuncture point right by the pinky nail, the outer corner of the pinky nail. And then small intestine 2, 3, and 4. I just felt like small intestine 2, 3, and 4 are easier. It's easier to work them all together at the same time as opposed to just small intestine 3. You know, the point before it and after it as well. It just seems like it unblocked faster if I worked all 3 of them together. So right now I'm unblocking small intestine 2, 3, and 4, those points. So that's like, you imagine, you know, small intestine 2, 3, and 4. You know, they're all along these little chakras. They're all in that small intestine meridian right along here. You could do like gold bottle brush and unblock them all at once. Give that bottle brush to your angels. All right, good enough. So I wanted to do that because I had talked about the small intestine meridian, and so I'll show you how we get up to the back again. So small intestine meridian going up. So you can just think about your flow in these points. But then there's that phenomenal back view, which I'm in love with. I'm going to go back to that. And all my back images. There we go. All right. So I'm just going to keep going with that, the brown zigzag, shoulder zigzag meridian right there. My camera shot is kind of in the way of it. Maybe I can move that. I move myself down. There we go. So you can see both zigzags. So again, that brown line is the small intestine meridian. So we're just unblocking it, and behind it, just behind it in the auras. Well, all the way behind it too. In astral body and physical body auras, just unblocking. And the rest of the small intestine meridian, it goes up the neck, and then it goes to like the middle of the cheek or the front of the cheek, and then it goes back and ends in the ear, near the ear. But anyway, okay, so then the yellow line, do some of that. That's urinary bladder meridian. And the upper part of that right there is very cool. it's like these, it starts, the yellow line there, urinary bladder meridian, it starts in the inner corner of your eyes. And it goes up to your inner eyebrow, and it goes over a bit, then it goes back. So as it goes back, then it goes down, you know, at the base of your neck right there. You see that point where then 2 routes divide into 4 routes. So that's a really cool point. So you can just, because a lot of people have a lot of pressure right there. You can unblock your auras directly behind there, where the urinary bladder meridian goes from 2 branches, a left and a right branch, to 4 branches. And there could be invasive beings that are in the way. So you can say, angels, if there are any invasive beings in the way, can you please recycle them? Couple deep breaths. And there could also be invasive beings that are smart enough not to be in your way and just moved out and they're waiting to come back in. So any invasive beings that were where we're working, you know, you can have them recycled too. Angels, can you please recycle them? So then another cool, especially cool point is along that GV meridian, the midline, the one that goes up the midline of the back, the gray line in the diagram, and where the urinary bladder meridian kind of overlaps with it. Like the inner branches of that yellow line go in and touch the gray line, that the chakras are overlapping there. So you can heal that, unblock it. There's a lot of pressure there. And unblock your auras right behind there. Yeah, and the problem is not so much the invasive beings and the invasive people, it's the blocked energy that allows those external forces to get in the first place. All right, and then just the yellow lines as they go downward, the branches of the urinary bladder meridian as they go down your back. Unblock that. And I'm gonna switch to a different image that shows a little bit lower down better. There we go. And you might find that, like, you're like, oh, I don't notice much, Janet, but compare like the left branches to the right branches of the urinary bladder meridian, because you may have more flow on one side than the other. So then you can kind of focus on which side needs it more, needs your help more. Or maybe the innermost ones versus the outermost ones. You can compare that. And if the tension just isn't going away, check your auras behind there and unblock that. And down where, you know, you could arguably call them butt chakras, where the inner branches have like a sort of an N shape there. Unblock your auras directly behind there. And like I said, that N-shaped area, that's close to where your first chakra is, and your Kundalini chakra. So having good flow there is really helpful, even just for those chakras. But these minor chakras, these acupuncture points, do a whole bunch of stuff. So they're really useful. And that midline, that's the governing vessel meridian. If you feel any tension in there, just run gold light through it. Let it relax. Red is a good color for all these meridians, energy-wise. You want to clear what's healthy and gentle to do right now. You don't have to be perfect, right? All right, good enough. Good for you. Woohoo! All right, great job. Woohoo! So that was working your back meridians. Okay, so we're going to do two things together quickly. The first is angel-assisted conflict resolution flowers. And the purpose of that mainly would be to help you feel bold enough and brave enough to clear a lot with the second step, which is exploding a whole bunch of energy blocks at once. And part of why people sometimes don't feel like they can do that is because they're worried that they might upset people in their lives. We tend to call those people backlash people, people that throw energy if you're growing and changing a lot. But with angel assisted conflict resolution flowers, you're doing what you can to help those people adjust to your growth and change. So you're less likely to get backlash that way. So let's do it. Go ahead and make energy healing flowers. You can move your hands like I like to do, or you don't have to. But you just make them with your intention out of universal healing energy. You can make them rainbow colors or gold light. Make them for all your backlash people, anyone that could get their feathers ruffled about you growing and changing. Also, you can make them for people that you just, you want to have better communication with, you want to have better relationships with. So it doesn't have to be people that you're in conflict with. There's a whole bunch of energy healing flowers for a whole bunch of people you know, including the backlash people. And put nice messages in them, whatever you want to say. Hope you're having a good day. I hope you have a good year. Hope you're well. You have angels. Your angels can help and guide you. Karma is real. So it's always good for you to respect and be gentle with yourself, but it's also in your best interest to respect and be gentle with others. Yeah, good enough. So then you can give all those flowers that you made to your angels. And that's important. Give them to your angels, not directly to these people we're talking about. And then say, angels, can you please edit these flowers so they're, as good as they can be, and only give them out to those people if the flowers will help improve the situation. So you did your part, and just keep doing some deep breaths while your angels edit the flowers, and you can watch to see, are the angels giving them to everybody or to some people or to only half the people? And that's something you can do as much as you want. We could do like a faster version, make energy healing flowers for all those people you want to improve relations with, people you are your backlash people, all of the above, and make them a nice vibration of healing energy. Angels, can you edit these flowers? Can you only distribute them if they help? Couple deep breaths. Okay, good job. Okay, so now we'll explode a whole bunch of energy blocks at once, which is fun. And there is a clip, a video clip that I have that I got from a show, and I'll put in the notes. I have in the notes already detailed information on what show it's from. It's from about 8 years ago. Here we go. Here's the clip. So I'll talk you through it as I show it. So, okay, so that's an image of, you can imagine yourself and your blocks, your energy blocks that you want to get rid of. Maybe they're really stuck. Maybe they're in your auras. Maybe they're caked on as closely as are shown in the image. And you want to run gold light through them, let them start to disintegrate. Ask your angels, can you clear any invasive beings out of the way that you can do this work? Keep melting cords from other people going into these blocks with gold light and blow them up. Right? So blow them up all at once, just like she did. Right? And so then, and just like in that image, make sure the blocks fully disintegrate. Okay, so let's do that one more time. One more time. All right, so imagine all the blocks that you want to get rid of, healthy and gentle amount. Okay, angels, can you recycle any invasive beings in the way? Use gold light, melt cords, going into these blocks from other people, and you can let them start to blow up, or you can just get ready to blow them all up at once with gold light, and just get ready and blow them all up at once. There we go. And as the blocks fly off of you, you can make sure they're fully destroying, just like in the image. There you go. You're so fabulous. And of course, good for you. You're a rock star. So let's see. What do we want to do after that? That's just so fabulous. All by itself. Let me see. You can check your grounding after that. Recreate your groundings, make them both big and wide as all your auras. Bring them up as high as your third chakra, right below your sternum bone. That's where your third chakra is, right around there. And both your groundings, make them red or orange or yellow, and nice and wide. And make them wide all the way down to the core of the earth. And then use lots of gold light. And with that same confidence and forcefulness that you used to blow up all those blocks, go ahead and unblock your groundings as much as you can. They have a really strong, forceful downward flow in your groundings to help you release as much as you need to whenever you need to. So gold light from your hands, just let it wash away all the blocks in your groundings. All right, good job. Woohoo, you're a rock star. Yay! Should we celebrate that? Let's celebrate it with a sunrise and butterflies. Hey, there we go. All right, good job. You're so amazing. Woohoo! There we go. I'm back. Okay, good. Although I do like being around butterflies. Maybe I should. Oh, look at the butterflies. Ah. Okay, cool. I'm going to take a look and see what else we need to do. Oh, I'll show some water images for you while I look. I'll show some water. I'll be quiet for a minute as I take a look at what we should do next. Okie doke. Yay. Okay, so we're going to clear hate. Hate. So hate, I said before, it's like if you had to pick chakras that make that if they're stuck, you feel hatred or you have hatred, it would probably be fourth and second. So fourth, center of chest, is when it's working well, it's like self-love, enthusiasm, motivation, positive thinking, glass half full perspective, gratitude, all sorts of fabulous feeling things when it works right. When it doesn't work right, it can be the polar opposite. So resentment, feeling betrayed, just really being sort of overwhelmed by how negative you feel. That would be a blocked fourth chakra. And then second chakra, below the belly button, emotions, emotional stability, emotional wellness, sexuality, and sensuality. So if that's very blocked, it could be very blocked with a lot of repressed anger. So if you add the resentment and the bitterness and the repressed anger, you get hate, right? So those are the ingredients in the hate recipe. So as I said in the intro, I think there was a whole separate section on it. Yeah, I explained how one of the problems with hate, being stuck in hate, even subconsciously from a past life, is that it attracts darkness to you. So invasive beings, basically, or people that channel invasive beings more than the average person. So we don't want that. We want to clear all that junk, right? We want to clear hate, because hate is not actually properly motivation. It's not. Some people think it's motivation and they use it instead of motivation, but it's very debilitating and it attracts darkness to you, so you're screwed. So So we already worked on it a little bit in a much earlier section, with clearing resistance and arguments. That is like a baby step towards this, but this is, you know, where we will head on do it. So hate nuggets I put there because I think that'll just be a fun way to think of all the hate blocks, energy blocks causing you to have hatred or be stuck in hatred on any level, even subconsciously. We could just imagine them as like hate nuggets and either blow them up or melt them away. So we're gonna melt your hate nuggets. All right, so let's do it. Doing. There we go. So let's do it. All right. So just imagine, let's do one at a time for starters. So just imagine a nugget of your hatred energy blocks, energy blocks that cause you to be stuck in hatred on any level. Say, angels, is it okay to clear this right now? And your angels will be like, oh my gosh, are you kidding? Yes, yes, yes. But, ask it anyway, just to be sure. Angels, is it okay to clear this right now? And then go ahead and you could blow it up. You could just melt it with lots of gold light. You could melt cords going to it first and then melt it away. All sorts of fun options. Okay. And if you're having trouble like going with this, it's okay to be angry and do it, and be offended and do it. If you're not like having the lighthearted laughter about the nuggets and everything, it's still okay to do the exercise and it will still help. Obviously, it's more fun and maybe slightly more effective if you can muster sort of a lighthearted perspective on it. But even if you're like, oh, Janet's so annoying, as you do it, it'll still help. So go ahead and imagine multiple hate nuggets out in front of you. So your own baggage causing you to be stuck in hate. And it could be also some dumped energy from others causing you to be stuck in hate, but whatever, hate nuggets that are in your space, chunks of energy blocks causing you to be stuck in hate. And I just say, angels, is it okay to clear all these right now? And then go ahead and blow them up or melt them away with lots of gold light. You can make one giant hate nugget. A whole bunch of energy blocks causing you to be stuck in hatred on any level. And say, angels, is it okay to clear this right now? Maybe it's a little too big. And then go ahead and use lots of gold light, melt cords going into it. You say, angels, if there are any beings in the way, can you please recycle them? And then just melt away your medium-sized hate nugget. All right. Woohoo. And again, for the record, I am sorry that terrible things happened to you. And that's why you're stuck in hate. I'm not trying to blame the victim. Just, since life isn't fair, if you don't clear this stuff, it only gets worse from here. So you want to turn the corner and have it stop getting worse and worse and worse. Clearing hate nuggets can help with that. So don't hate me. Well, you could hate me, but just clear the hate nuggets. So let's do some more. Just imagine your hate nuggets out in front of you that you feel like clearing. The angels, is it okay to clear all these hate nuggets? I love saying that phrase. And then whatever's still there, yes, it's okay to clear right now. So then go ahead, you can blow them up or you can melt them away with gold light. And don't blow up someone else's hate nuggets. Just, if you're healing someone else, just run gold light through them. All right. Hate clearing rock star. Woohoo. Good job. Good job. Good job. Let's give you some gold confetti for that. Okay, there we go. Yay. Good for you. Oh, it should be funny to hear because I'm sure for some people that was fun and for other people it was like the most annoying thing I've ever said in their lives. Sometimes, it just triggers it to talk about it, so then you feel pissed off, but hopefully you cleared it anyway. Alrighty. Clearing hate nuggets. Merry Christmas. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up the healing just with a within a few minutes, and so just imagine all of your energy out in front of you, your 17 auras, your physical body, your astral body, and both your groundings connecting you to the core of the earth. Comb through all of that using gold light from your hands. Unblock above the top of all your auras. You might have a whole bunch of yuck up there stuck that people have dumped on your head. Tried to dump on your head, but it didn't get in, so it's sitting in the top of your auras. And unblock your auras above your head. So within your auras, above your head, unblock there. You have any negativity that you tend to feel when you wake up, that's oftentimes right in the top part of your auras above your head. So any energy blocks causing you to feel less than phenomenal when you wake up, just melt those away. And the backs of your chakras. That's something that we did work in the creative ring section early on in the healing. We made sure that the backs of the chakras are unblocked enough, but let's do it again. So back of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Those major chakras along your spine, most of them 6 through 1, they're oriented this way. So round opening in the front and round opening in the back. So check the backs, make sure they're unblocked enough so that the energy can flow out freely. Sometimes the reason that the chakras block up in the back is because that first layer right behind it is just, there's too much hard energy there. And so it presses up against the chakras and blocks them up. So unblock the back of your first layer behind your physical body and your astral body. You want your first layer to be red and flowy, not black and hard. Izzy, leave it. All right, and you could imagine your unprocessed stress pots. Unprocessed stress pots is it's just like a convenient way to imagine like your ability to process new stress, new events. Maybe you can't process instantly. It just kind of takes a bit for you to wrap your brain around what just happened. And it's good to have cleared and processed from events you've already been through, right? Because if you still have a backlog of stuff you haven't processed and caught up with, it's you get this feeling of like, I can't handle another thing in my life, right? So we don't want that. So just imagine pots that represent your sort of your free space to put stress that you haven't dealt with yet, right? And just imagine those pots. How many pots do you have? Maybe you have 40, maybe you have 10, whatever. And then just imagine, are they empty or are they full and overflowing? And just empty them out. Just use gold light and melt the contents, which is you catching up on your processing. Like as you melt this baggage in the pots, it'll catch you up so that you're ready for whatever happens. You have like all this free space to be able to process and deal with things that are a little bigger in life. Right? So, and if these pots aren't all melting, all emptying, check melt cords going into the pots from other people. And melt those cords with gold light. If you typically feel overwhelmed, this technique could be something you do more often. Make sure you empty your unprocessed stress pots with gold light. Very cool. And then the last thing we'll do is clearing STEBs, stubborn triggered energy blocks. So it's just any energy blocks you still have that haven't cleared, that are irritating you on any level. So you just pile those out in front of you. All these stubborn triggered energy blocks, sometimes they're bigger and they have your resistance in them, or somebody's cording them. So that's why they haven't cleared yet. So just use lots of gold light, melt everybody's cords away from these energy blocks, and melt your own resistance out of these energy blocks. So you're kind of letting go of them. You're relaxing. Deep breath. And just melt these blocks or blow them up. And you could say, angels, if there are any invasive beings in the way of me clearing these blocks, can you please recycle them? Deep breath. If you have any leftover blocks that just aren't clearing, you can just wrap them up in gold light and give them to your angels. Angels, can you help me with these? All right, and just comb through your grounding, comb through everything. Redo your gold buffer zones. You can say, angels, can you please help me wrap up this healing? Angels, can you please give me a healing? And angels, can you help me with my power, my confidence? And can you please help me clear my holiday baggage? All right. Oh, good job. You're a rock star. Woohoo. That's a healing. Yay. Okay, so that's a healing. I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the image of the butt chakras there while I look at comments. And if you have comments that you want to say, that's fine. You can text chat them right now. If you're watching later as a video, you can feel free to post comments under the video. It does help YouTube to take the video more seriously for some reason. So there's that. You can say how the healing was for you, how you feel now after the healing. You can note if I healed you or you just healed yourself, if I can't tell from your YouTube name. And if you have follow-up questions about anything I said during this live stream, you could post those. If I don't have time to get to everyone's questions, which I may not, you can repost them under the video once it's a video. And I will get to post a reply when I have time. Someone says Merry Christmas from, I can't see that flag. Maybe the UK. It's so tiny. And yeah, I can't tell, but probably UK, I guess. I'm guessing. Yeah. Someone says hi. Uh, and for the record, in case you didn't hear, I don't celebrate Christmas, but I guess you could say that to other people that celebrate Christmas. Tuning in 35 and cloudy in Southwest Michigan. Well, hello. Thanks for the weather report. Sounds a little chilly. I hope you stay warm. Merry Christmas Eve, Janet and everyone. Love from 60 and sunny Las Vegas. 60 and sunny, that's nice. Thanks for the emojis, little celebratory emojis. Someone says, isn't the stream of beads technique similar to 2 big blocks, just more customized? 2 big blocks, just more customized. 2 big blocks. I don't remember the 2 big blocks technique. I mean, like, I make all these things and then I forget what they are. So, I mean, 2 big blocks, I'm thinking you mean like clearing STEBs, stubborn triggered energy blocks. Stream of beads. I mean, they're all similar, you know? It's just that sometimes something will work well for your head and the other one didn't work as well. You know, but yeah, I mean, it's like 1,000 different techniques to just clear blocks. You know, you could just clear the damn blocks. You know, you don't need beads or stacks or whatever, you know, but sometimes it's nice. It helps. So yeah. I got tired of looking at the butt chakras. But yeah, that's the idea, is to customize. Sometimes if you customize a technique, it's just maybe more effective. So with the beads, it's like, you know, like say if you're clearing birthday baggage, like, well, each birthday in your past is represented by a bead. It's just kind of cool to see, like, oh wow, yeah, that one has a ton of baggage, but that one doesn't have baggage. It's like, it just may be educational, you know, because you can see like there's some birthdays that you got a lot of extra, you know, there's a unresolved baggage around. So yeah, but I mean, all these techniques are sort of the same thing. It's just they're all customized. This is very interesting point, Janet, about people who need someone to have their back. Yes. Yin Yang house. Yin Yang house. Is it Yin Yang house and not Yin Yang house? I think it's Yin Yang house, but what do I know? The website that has the meridian videos. It could be Yin Yang. I don't know. I would think it's Yin Yang, but what do I know? Someone says Christmas and my birthday are next to each other in this life, so thank you for the bead technique. I usually feel slammed around this time of year, so this was a nice release. Yeah. Cool. I'm glad it helped. Celebratory emojis, yay. I think I can do some of those. Yeah, here we go. See? Celebration. Woohoo. You know what that's a surprise emoji. Sorry about that. Celebratory emoji. A holiday I do support is New Year's. Like the January 1st being the start of a new calendar year. I kind of celebrate that. I mean, not in the traditional way with a lot of alcohol, but just, you know, as sort of a sentimental thing that I acknowledge. Someone says, I'll have a formal visit at a state hospital tomorrow, and the thought of it makes me cringe. I just did practice bead exercise for that and am very curious how it goes. Yeah. Well, good luck. But yeah, that could be cool. Do bead exercise more than that, even string of beads for like any sort of medical baggage, medical related baggage from past lives and this life. Because when you think about it, I mean, depending on where you are in the world, your medical care is better or worse, but then in past lives, sometimes the medical care was pretty decent, you know, because you knew a really good herbalist or something, or maybe it was really awful because they just didn't know much about it in the culture you were in the time you were in. So, and just you could have had significant medical problems or someone that you cared about, you know, so you can do like timeline healing. Maybe you don't have to make them beads, but timeline healing, you know, and just medical baggage from the past, you know, health related, medical related baggage from the past. And just, I mean, you could make it all in one pile, or you could do timeline healing to see like, oh, wow, this life I must have had a lot of, you know, medical related baggage I didn't clear, you know, yet. So yeah, it's an interesting thing to work proactively. Also, you can have your angels clear out the hospital. I mean, you know, obviously they're not going to clear out like flawlessly, but say, angels, can you please do an energy clearing on that hospital and do an energy clearing on anybody that I'm going to come in contact with in that hospital? And that way the angels handle the diplomacy of who wants more of a clearing, who doesn't want so much of a clearing, you know. They'll handle all the details on that. But that would be nice too. And that same thing of like, if you're going to a relative's house, or if you have relatives coming to your house, or, you know, a friend or whatever, you can ask the angels, can you please give that person a clean out, an energy clean out, you know, or can you please clean out my home, or can you please clear out this hotel, you know, that I'll be staying at, whatever, if you're traveling. Someone says happy birthday to somebody else. Somebody says, mind-blowing, Janet. I worked along with your healing on urinary bladder 11, and it says that it helps with bone inflammation. Thank you for the website recommendation. It is so helpful. Yeah, the Yin Yang House. Yeah, they're good. I mean, you can Google and get all sorts of good information on meridians and chakras. That's why I haven't really, you know, said much about where to go. But when I'm in a rush lately and I don't want to, you know, look at like 5 sources and see which I feel is like, you know, the most accurate or the most detailed or whatever, I'll just go to Yin Yang House. Yin Yang House, Spleen Meridian. Yin Yang House, you know, whatever. And saves me time because they have nice diagrams. I know that. But I will try to, there's a document, like a big text document that has detailed information on every acupuncture point, and it goes through all the, at least the 12 main meridians, you know, and it does list them in order of flow, which is nice. And I'll try to, it's a document I found somewhere on the internet, so hopefully I can figure out where I found it and post a link for everybody so you could download it too if you want. Just as a reference. Of course, it's optional, you know. But sometimes it's interesting, you know, because if you're like checking your meridians in certain points and you're like, wow, that point is so blocked, then you can look up what that point is good for, and then you're like, oh, that makes sense. Just, you know, extra geeky fun. Let's see. I'm trying to find where my spot is. I lost my spot. Oh, there we go. LOL, that looks like Mariah Carey with the blocks blowing up. Oh, no, it's not. It's an actress. It was I don't know her real life name of the actress, but you could look it up. The show is called Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's in the info section of this live stream all the way at the bottom. I may move it up after the live stream, but it'll be in the info section. There's a whole section. It says, you know, details on exploding many energy blocks at once video clip, you know, and it'll list. But it's like season 3, episode 18 of Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And the character's name is Sky, but then her name was Daisy Johnson. And then after that transformation event, she was named Quake, like earthquake. But yeah, It's an actress who played in that show, Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Someone is smiling. Someone says, "Hi Janet, curious how the energy centers in my back are doing and if I'm clearing okay. I have a lot of pain on left side today, chronic issue, but is anything energetic contributing?" Sure. So going to the back stuff. I mean, if you look at first just the major chakras in the back, 5 in the back is blocked on the left side, 4 in the back is blocked on the left side, 3 in the back is blocked on the left side. Less than before, because we worked on that today, but it's still, it's like a quarter blocked. You know, it's like, you know, energy gets through, but not a lot on the left side of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6 is actually not so bad. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is more like. Astral is fine. Astral chakras are fine. So it's physical body chakras 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on your left back is blocked. So then you look in the back of the aura back there. And there's some energy blocks that are like long along the back. So you melt those. And that helps a little bit. Yeah, that helps. And then, you know, this urinary bladder meridian, you know, there's a little bit of damage still, less than before, but there's a little bit of damage on, if you look at the yellow lines, the ones on the left side there, all the way up and down. And you can work that, you know, and just take your time and just surround each one with gold light. And because they need to repair better. They're repairing, but it's just, I guess, like you said, it's chronic. If now it's 2024, if I look back at like 2014, it didn't look great back then either, even 10 years ago. But it looks like it's since then, especially in the last 2 years, it looks like it's more so. Like you typically have aura damage back there. And so it's not protected enough by your aura. So then external energy gets in and kind of presses in and blocks it all up, which causes pain, physical pain. So in general, try to keep strengthening your auras behind there. Just comb through it with gold light and then just work the yellow lines more. And the chakras, right now they're releasing well, even on the left side, but you know, especially the left side, just keep doing that. Back left, and the left side of your grounding is fine right now. But in the past, before you were getting healings, the left side of your grounding would in general be blocked up, especially back left side of your grounding. So that's the idea. So it's better than it was, but yeah, just keep working that. I'll leave that to you, but you can say, you know, how am I doing with this, you know, and put it under a comment at some point, and you know, I'll take a look, you know, at how you've been doing with it, how, you know, and you can put in the survey feedback, you know, but if you want feedback from me, don't put it in the survey, put it under a video, you know, under this video is fine. And just say, how am I doing? I've worked it for, you know, from this day to this day and it's better, but it's still there or whatever, you know. But yes, energy stuff is definitely contributing. It's not purely physical. Someone has an explosion emoji. Here, let's do the water one for variety. Where's that one? Moving water. There we go. Thank you for the healing, Janet. How have I been doing? Clearing my chakras, especially fourth chakras and fourth layers. I think doing that work will springboard me for a new job and move. I also have a mild headache. Left side feels like I need to clear sinus masks. Yeah, we almost did that in today's healing, but we didn't really need to because we did a bunch of other stuff. So I mean, I think I'll focus more on the fourth chakra part of your question. I mean, your fourth chakras are, they're okay. Astral fourth is generating enough energy, is releasing enough in the back, although I think you miss like some hard objects that are in the back, like little black chubby spear things in the back of your physical fourth chakra. You know, like right here, like bam, 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 back left side. So you can use sticky gold wax more and just yank them out, or like gold magnets, you know, and suck them out with the magnet, and then just repair there. And a lot of times, you know, if you have gashes, then because you just pulled something out, there are invasive beings that will just plug it up and get in the way of their fully repair. So then you just, angels can recycle any invasive beings in that area, and then just, you know, make sure the gold light permeates well enough so that the gashes grow back fully, so they're not still there. But anyway, physical fourth, astral fourth. Astral fourth is nice. Physical fourth is nicer, but yeah, it's pretty nice. Physical fourth could generate more energy though. It's like, I feel like it's on medium. It's not like full. You know, the more volume that you have, then it's better. It's like a better dishwasher, and it scrubs out blocks and helps you release old baggage. So I think the front of your fourth, there's like some blocks, like fourth layer, fourth chakra in front in the physical body aura, and first layer, fourth chakra in the front. There's like chunks. So work just a little more in the aura layers in front of your fourth chakra. Because you want, you know, just use your intuition about like, is the fourth chakra able to generate enough energy? Because you want a lot of flow, a lot of flow. All right. And mild headache. I think like on the back left side, the yellow line and that like blue-green line right there. You know, on the left side, there's some damage, a little bit, not much, just like some hard objects stuck still. And a little bit of like compression back here. Like there's not enough flow and color back here. It's just like, it's like halfway black and hard back here. Right back there. All right, hope that helps. My angels surround with love. Your angels surround with love. Don't know what that means. Okay. Clear hate. Thumbs up. Yes, I agree. Someone says, I have a very strong aversion to the point of crying towards exploding many blocks at once. Well, then don't do it. Don't do it. Is that my baggage or beings? It's beings. Yeah, it's beings. But I mean, there are always ways around it. You know what I mean? Like, you could melt the blocks, melt a whole bunch at once, like exploding may be kind of a trigger for you. So then, since the beings don't want you to do it, and you're already triggered because exploding seems violent to you, and you know, maybe you, well, I don't think you have any avalanche deaths. I thought maybe you know, died in an avalanche on a mountain at some point. So like the idea of a whole bunch of big hard things falling at once is frightening to you, but I don't think you have avalanche death. So not some kind of fear of death thing. So yeah, you could just line up any invasive beings that really have a problem with you getting better at clearing many energy blocks at once and just have them recycled. Angels, can you recycle these beings? And then find some more, any invasive beings that really have a problem with you getting more and more and more assertive with energy block clearing, and say, angels, can you recycle these beings? Because it's actually pretty easy for a being to make you cry. I mean, if they're kind of wired properly, because they can, like somebody used to cord me like decades ago, literally, but they used to cord me in the creative rings when I talked to them, and I didn't know what it was at the time, and I would start crying when I talked to the person, like every freaking time, and it was like to the point of it was like really embarrassing. Like, why can I not talk to this person without crying? And it was just because they kept running their energy through my creative rings. So it's not that hard. You would think like that's crazy. Why? How can someone make you cry? Or an invasive being make you cry? But there are parts of your energy system that they're just so sensitive that it just triggers too much and you start crying. I mean, also you could have low blood sugar right now, but I don't think that's an issue for you. But that's another reason why you might burst out in tears. But yeah, I think it's just a bunch of beings. So but I mean, don't make yourself cry. If you're gonna burst out in tears when you do it, then all right, fine. Just get rid of the beings, and then if you still feel like, okay, I'm gonna burst out and cry if I do it, then it's just not a good technique for you. But you can have your angels, help you. Because I mean, being able to clear a lot at once is helpful. I did notice, because we've been doing it in last healing and this healing, that there were people that made bigger strides forward just because they cleared more at once. It's just like a power thing. You end up clearing blocks that you probably wouldn't have otherwise, like it's just nice. So, but don't rush it. It's something you can work up to if you want. Someone says, we'll work on bead technique and clearing. My birthday is on New Year's Eve. Usually am blocked and have family in my space on New Year's Eve. I'll be on vacation for the first time in 5 years for my birthday. Thank you and Happy New Year. Thank you to you. Someone says, I too cry and it's been more than ever big cries, but helpful, I feel. 8 nuggets, great one. All right. Let's see. I love celebrating with you. Someone says, thank you for the healing, Janet. I will put it in the survey, but I was feeling pretty tired before and during the healing. Driving, so going to drop in a question here. So your question is, why do you feel tired? You're releasing a lot. You're bringing in a lot of new energy. Your mom keeps trying to cord your third chakra. It's funny. Yeah, see, when kids are young, the mom tends to monitor them, like, okay, what is my kid getting into? Is my kid getting into trouble? And so like when you're like 2 years old, 3 years old, like are they still napping or have they woken up yet? That kind of idea. And it looks like your mom still monitors you that much, even though you're a grown woman. So maybe you could do some message flowers for her, like those conflict resolution message flowers that we did, and just remind her how old you are now and that you don't need to be monitored that closely. And it's, that she's maybe misinterpreting and there's no emergency that she needs to save you from. Like you're fine. You can wake up and go to sleep all your own. You can eat on your own. You know how to be safe. Because it's like her old, female body hormones and mother's instincts, sort of invasive, and mother's instincts are kind of still turned on for you. So yeah, maybe some flowers would help her look out of that. Maybe over a few days though. Old habits die hard, that expression. But yeah, I would say if your mom wasn't in your space, would you feel tired right now? Less so. So yeah, wash your mom out. Someone says, thank you so much for the healing. You're welcome. Anything my angel suggests I work on. They still like that Vitality River technique for you that we did 2 days ago. So you probably did notice that one. But you could do that one more. So you could find that in the healing that we did, the 1 of 2 healing, the twin set 1 of 2 healing. And for those that don't know, they're all in the same playlist. All the healings from this month, the 5 live streams from this month are in one playlist together, which is in the info section of this live stream. It'll say like December 2024 healings. Yeah, they just keep talking about that. The Vitality River, unblocking your Vitality River. They do like that, the back ones that we did for you. The urinary bladder meridian work that we did specifically in the back there. Yeah, they like that for you. Someone says, hi, Janet, enjoyed the healing. I am currently going through a lot of stress, trying to keep myself mentally stable. Yes. How do my angels think I'm doing, and what can I do to improve my experience? They like more clearing resistance. We did it in today, so the one we did today is good enough for you. If you want to just do how we did it, like use the walkthrough today, it'll be its own chapter once I get it done. But it's right after the good karma windows section if you want to find it before I make the chapters. I'm going to try to make the chapters sooner than I usually do. Usually I take a break of like a whole bunch of hours because I don't want to think about work for a while, but then, and I get back to it, you know, like in the evening and I make them all. But I'm going to try to do it soon, the chapters, like in the next few hours. We'll see. But I'm trying. But anyway, so yeah, more clearing resistance. But they think you're doing well. I mean, as far as like, you know, you're adapting. You know, you're like, okay, I need to do this. I need to, you know, do this again and stop this. And they think that you're using your intuition and you're determined to, you know, be healthy and stable, and it's working. It's helping. There's no like great mistake that you're making, you know, that I can point out. You're learning what works, what is important, what you can't skip, what you need to keep doing, you know, all that. So maybe some extra nurturing stuff like Epsom salt baths, stretching, that kind of thing. Physical body connection stuff. You know, foot massages, like give yourself a little foot massage, different things like that. So clearing resistance, and then body stuff like stretching and walking, Epsom salt baths, stuff like that. Cardio. Someone says, thank you for all the healings you did for 2024. You're welcome. I learned so much. I felt pretty sleepy throughout the healing that I kept catching myself snoring. I've been really tired lately. I still have this headache, spots that come and go. May I have angels' advice on what may help? Thank you. Well, looking at the headache part, um, mm, you're more tight, like in front, like see that green line right there? That's right under the eye. That's the stomach meridian. Somebody else in their survey, they were talking about having, or recently to me, they were talking about having issues with their face and feeling like, you know, when you look in the mirror, like it doesn't feel like you as much when you look in the mirror. And the face meridians are kind of good for that. You know, all the face meridians really just unblock them more and have more of your energy flowing, and like right in front of your face, unblock that more. So you can be more present in your face, because people can be pretty intense, you know, like, and put energy right in your face, you know. So over time, it's not uncommon to have a lot of blocks around your face, around your eyes, and so then when you look in the mirror, you're like, oh, that's a whole bunch of not me, you know. And so but anyway, the green line, the stomach meridian, it starts under the eye and then it goes around all around the jaw like that. So it's a really cool one to like get more in your face, you know. And then it goes down here and down and down. But you could like sticky gold wax like all the meridians around your face and your eye sockets and everything, and your jawline, and just lift it out, you know, and then repair, you know, and then just keep alternating with that, like sticky gold wax, have it stick to the invasive beings and the people and blocks and everything, and just lift it out and then repair more. Because it just looks like things are very intense in front of your face. Like, I don't know where your headache is focused, but energy wise, that seems like, and then maybe the side of one of your, like your left side seems a little bit more compressed. So you could do the same thing, sticky gold wax your left side, you know, including your neck, and just, you know, lift out all the junk that's not you. Angels, here you go. Sticky gold wax, lift it out. Angels, here you go. And then just keep carrying. So I hope that helps. If you still need help with that, you could post under a video, like specific location of the pain. Sleepy throughout the healing. It just looks like third chakra is a little compressed. Third chakra, physical body, isn't generating enough energy. Your kids are corded the front of your third chakra, cording the front of your third chakra, around like Christmas stuff, like let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. So just melt away their cords from the front of your third chakra. Just remind your kids, you know, we talk with words, we don't talk with cords. You know, on a spirit level, they'll understand that, you know. But just say, you know, let your words do the talking. You don't have to play me like a piano. You know? So pry your children out of your third chakra. And just, you know. And that thing you mentioned, you know, that one of your kids wants you to be more enthusiastic. And, you know, I think a lot of kids felt that way about their parents. So, you know, it's not just you and your kids. Enthusiasm is nice, you know, and if people are tired and burdened, they're not very enthusiastic, and so it's not as fun, you know, for the people around them. But, you know, whatever, it is what it is. You know, so try not to feel so bad about it. But if you want more enthusiasm, heart chakra is the ticket for that. If you need a walkthrough, you could just search Janet Wright fourth chakra. I'm sure there's a lot that would come up. Okay. Someone says, I did the 3 table exercise, aha, with the person. Uh, yeah, so what you can so it's like a way to read a love life potential person and, read what your angels have to say about the person. Because sometimes you could just, like, imagine a table and, imagine the person's name and put that person's name on the table and then have your angels, like, knock him off the table if he's a waste of time and not worth your time, right? But sometimes, he could be an appetizer man, but angel encouraged appetizer man. So he's not like the one, but you could learn by, dating him or something. And so you could have 3 tables, a waste of time table, an appetizer man table, and an entree man table. Entree man is, a euphemism for like a person that you're long-term compatible with, you know? And sometimes you might feel like I'm ready for my entree man right now, but maybe there is an appetizer man that helps you learn and evolve in a way that you need. Before that, whatever. So you could have your angels put the person's name, on one of the tables. so they're telling you if he's a waste of time or he's an appetizer man that they're encouraging, or he's and then you could do like appetizer table that's optional or appetizer table that's encouraged. Because if you don't really need another appetizer and you just like your entree, maybe the appetizer man that's optional, is he delaying the entree man? There's all these sort of aspects to it. But anyway, I am seeing the piece stay on entree, but I feel he's an appetizer. Of course, I have an entree, but wondering if my read is off. Yeah, it does seem like they put him on an entree table. Oh, no, not an appetizer table, sorry. What you could do is make your entree table like a totally different level. Like make your entree table up here and your appetizer table here, and then your time wasting table down here. So they're like in a different height and a different location. And maybe that'll be like a little more clear for you. Someone says, you're mentioning your name, and thank you for the healing. You're welcome. Someone says, I lost my place again. This has felt good to release the hate nuggets. Oh, good. I'm glad. I am stuck in frustration, hoping and you were one of the sample people for the hate nuggets. I mean, everybody has some probably subconsciously, but you were one of the people that I thought of when I was designing that technique. Not just you, of course, but so I'm glad that it was a technique that you felt good about consciously, because then you're more likely to do it later. So that's good. I am stuck in frustration, hoping it's not actual hate. Yeah, no, it is hate. Yeah, it's hate. I mean, hate is a funny word, because it makes you seem like some big villain, that you're stuck in hate. But yes, you are stuck in hate. When it's that like mood altering, that's what I'm talking about, hate. Especially with my neighbor, yeah, and your dad, and your mom sometimes, and your sister sometimes, and your life. So there's like several dimensions of hate: hating your life, hating various family members, hating your neighbor. Sometimes hating yourself, but not lately. Now it's more like hating your life. So it's still a hate though, which attracts darkness to you, which is totally not fair, but true. So yeah, keep working that. But anyway, okay. I had been trying to give her angel approved conflict resolution healing flowers from a distance. Yeah, so you just give them to your angels though. Do the angel assisted ones, the new ones where you don't even give them to her, you just give them to your angels, and then your angels deliver them if they will help. You could keep doing that. but it's probably more effective to clear the hate nuggets that you have in your space. If you're only going to do one of the two, do the clearing more hate nuggets, because it's like this vicious cycle where you have so much resistance and hate, and then it's like you'll manifest negative external events because of that, and then they'll bother you so much more, so you'll get into more resistance, and so then you manifest more negative experiences. So it's like this bad cycle. So yeah, just keep clearing more hate nuggets. Because it's like, it's not really that your family is the most evil people on the planet. Yeah, they're judgmental and they're controlling, but you could still live a happy, empowered life. It just, they affect you so much, not because of them, but because of your internal baggage that gets triggered, and it's paralyzing. There's so much of it that it's paralyzing you. And so it's not that they are, you know what I mean? So the room to grow is you clearing the internal baggage, but that's why they affect you so much. It's not like sometimes you get extra mad at them because they affect you so much, but it's like, that's not really why they affect you so much. They affect you so much because of your internal resistance and hate nuggets and all that stuff. So it's not that they're saints or anything, but it's all internal, why this stuff is so paralyzing and so debilitating. I mean, there's physical issues, physical challenges that you have as well. But a lot of it is this internal, being stuck. That makes everything seem worse and makes it worse, even, like, literally, which is, of course, the most unfair thing ever. But anyway, so good job clearing hate nuggets. Keep it up. Someone says, not sure if this was due to the healing, but I got way too excited and full of energy. I had a hard time sleeping, but once I did, I was out like a light. Very funny. I think that, like, exploding many blocks at once thing was, like, really exciting for you as a spirit. Like, it clicked with you, like, oh wow, why do I keep all these blocks, so I think then your kundalini turned on. So it was really just the kundalini that was like you getting too excited. That was your kundalini chakra turning on. So you could have turned that back off. It's below your first chakra. Just imagine it stopping, like a blender that spins, but it has an off button, So you don't want off buttons for your other chakras, but for Kundalini chakra, you need to fully turn it off so it's not generating any of that peppiness. So you can sleep, and then you could turn it back on later. But yeah, so it was that exploding blocks one, which I'll show again just for fun. Oops. Here we go. Anyway, yeah, so you think of the blocks that you want to explode, as many as healthy and gentle, and angels, can you please recycle any beings in the way? And you run gold light through all your junk that you want to explode, melt cords from other people going to it, melt all that, and just let the blocks start to fall off of you and blow up, or you can blow them all up at once. Get ready to do that. Boom! There we go. And make sure all those chunks completely blow up, just like in the image. And you're such a rock star. Good job. Woohoo! Yay, great job. Okay. Why not? So yeah, I think that was the technique that was most helpful for you from the last healing. Someone says, great healing. I feel really good. Love, love, love the hate nuggets work. Good, I'm glad. Funny. Someone says, I was trying to type the website you said about yin. Oh, okay. So it was yin. Yeah, okay. Yeah, yin yang house. Spell check is so annoying. Like, oh, you don't mean yin, you mean yin. No, I mean yin. That's funny. Yeah, Yin Yang House is a website with meridian diagrams on it. So if you just Google the meridian you want and Yin Yang House, it pulls up that diagram quickly. Happy New Year, Janet. Thank you. Happy New Year to you too. Thank you, Janet. And I do want to acknowledge that not everyone celebrates this New Year. Like there's Chinese New Year, there's different cultures that have different New Years that they celebrate. But I happen to celebrate the one that's, January 1st. All right. So thank you, Janet. I feel super good and present in my arms after the healing. Isn't that nice? And the space right in front of the body is a lot more flowy. Interesting. I think I've cleared a lot today. Well, good for you. Cool. Yeah, maybe the that small intestine work that we did helped you with your arms. Because I specifically did, small intestine points 1, 2, 3, and 4. Unblock those specifically. And then I just sort of generally did the rest of it, like right there, all that zigzaggy part, which I adore. That's so cool. And then it goes up to the front of the neck right there, or the side of the neck, and then the cheek, and then ends in the ear, which is pretty cool. That's the small intestine meridian. So good. I'm glad you cleared a lot today. This is thanks about the headache. Haven't been focusing as much on the back of head lately. Good reminder. Yeah. Yeah, your good karma windows are okay. But yeah, it's just all the other stuff in the back of your head, the meridians and stuff. And your auras just behind the head. Someone says, sorry, the actual question was actually the second message. Well, hopefully I got it. I have been getting daily headaches cause of the secondhand smoke in my apartment. I question that. I mean, I know I wonder about that. I wonder if it's physical or it's psychosomatic. And then it triggers a whole bunch of baggage, which really does give you the headache. That's what I wonder. Because like the mind is really powerful, like sometimes in not a great way, like for me personally, like I'll get car sick, like very car sick to the point where I can literally like vomit from being car sick. And I never get car sick when I'm the driver, only when I'm the passenger in the car. So clearly there's a very, very, very significant psychosomatic component to that related to, abuse history and whatever, that I've been trying to work, but still to this day, I could get car sick to the point of losing my lunch if I were the passenger and not the driver of a car, which, is not convenient because, sometimes it's nice to have other people drive, but not in my case. So anyway, psychosomatic stuff is a big, big deal. And every time you talk about it in surveys, I'm like, especially lately, it feels more psychosomatic than literal. So, I'm not God, but my intuition keeps ringing on that. So try to, and the benefit of that, if it is more psychosomatic than literal, is then you wouldn't have to move. You could just clear the baggage that gets triggered by smelling the smoke. And that's something you could definitely work on, and that's within your control fully. So there's that's the good news aspect of it. If it is entirely psychosomatic or partially psychosomatic, is that you can clear you know, like put out in front of you any baggage that gets triggered causing your headache, you know, any baggage, headache causing baggage, you know, and any baggage that gets triggered by smelling smoke, that kind of thing. So anyway, you're saying especially with neighbor, I had been giving her. Oh, that's different. That's a different comment. Lost my place. Even through the healing, I have mild one now. Which part to work on? Daily headaches. Yeah. And you're saying it's because of the smoke, but it doesn't seem like it to me. It looks like you have a lot of tightness. If you look at the back of the head meridians, specifically, here we go. Okay, so in the back of the head, on both sides, actually, the gallbladder meridian is like on the side, and then the back side right there, it's like a green blue line there. You can look up, you know, I have that meridian playlist. I'll link it again. There's like a 12 meridian playlist where you see each meridian, you know, go through. Like I use them in the live streams a lot. But specifically the gallbladder meridian, you could do that more because it looks like it just gets so tight, and that's actually what causes the pain. So it's not exactly the smoke. Let me see where side of head. I have a nice diagram. There we go, finally. Sorry. So all that, like those lines there, and if you do the gallbladder meridian video, I guess I could do it here since I've been talking about it for so long. Be quicker just to do it. So this is the gallbladder meridian. That see the line, and there are all these really key points. It's really cool. It goes around the ear, then it goes all the way up to the forehead. And this is, of course, on both sides of the head. And then it goes all the way back next to the urinary bladder meridian. And then it goes like that shoulder swoop area on the top of your shoulder. And then, you know, all the way down, and it zigzags down the side of the body. And it's really important meridian. And all this cool zigzaggy stuff. But that, like, it's really tight, like, and depleted. Like down here, it's like so depleted because it's so tight up top that by the time it gets down here for you, it's like there's really not enough energy flow there. So if you just, you know, it'd be more efficient for you to just use that playlist and just keep redoing the gallbladder meridian video, and just keep replaying it and finding like it's yeah, even at that first point, gallbladder 1, you know, in the outer corner of the eye, it just doesn't get enough energy. So like the whole thing is like all those chakras, they make energy, but they also just keep the flow going in that meridian. So you look at, okay, is that chakra, like say gallbladder 1, is that gallbladder 1 chakra creating enough of its own energy? Which the answer is no. And also it's the first point in the meridian. So is it receiving enough energy from the meridian right before it? And the answer to that is no too. So like right at the start of that point, it's just way too blocked. So not enough energy gets into that gallbladder meridian. So it's like you just keep unblocking the chakra, you know, keep working it, keep unblocking it, so that it's like it's like from this little tiny measly river to like it's bigger and bigger and bigger, because you want a lot of flow through the whole thing, and you want each chakra to keep adding to that flow. But for you, it's like so depleted from the get-go that it's just, and whenever there's not enough energy, it just gets more stagnant and more painful. And that's true for everybody, of course. So yeah, so long story short, I would work the gallbladder meridian, and any of the head meridians, basically, like the UB one and everything. But it seems like gallbladder one is the one that tightens up most when you smell the smoke and get a headache. Thank you, Janet. That was very helpful to hear that my intuition. Oh, and by the way, gallbladder meridian, I'm pretty sure I remember that it helps with self-assertiveness. So, you know, that could be that sort of psychological component of it where it's like, you know, family members in your space, because they don't want you to be self-assertive. They don't want you to sort of make decisive decisions, decisiveness, that kind of thing. And so it's not really that this neighbor caused all your baggage. It's just like the latest trigger to trigger it. But anyway, hope that helps. Someone says, thank you, Janet. That was very helpful to hear that my intuition is working. Yeah. You seem to be like very pragmatic about, you know, getting better and working on it. You know, being a work in progress. You know, it's like, for a lot of people, that's extremely unsettling to be a work in progress, you know, and it's just like, it becomes a whole problem that's bigger than the actual problems were in the first place. You know, it's like, if you have a problem about your problems, you know, but you've cleared that. So you don't have a problem about your problems. You just have your problems. So it's like, you're more able to figure, okay, well, let me do this now. Okay, let me try this now. Let me try this now. You know, you're not freaking out about your issues, if that makes sense. Oh, good job. I am working a lot these days on simplicity. There we go. I'm getting in touch with my body. Yeah, there you go. So thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you for your responses. You're welcome. Someone says, if life's not fair, is there a reason for it? I mean a reason for it not being fair. It's just not supposed to be fair. Like, that's like human, I don't know, morality trying to superimpose on reality. Like, that's not real. Like, it's not supposed to be fair. Like, it's not like there should be a reason that it's not fair. It's just not fair. Like, it's just not how it was designed or why it exists or whatever. Like humans, maybe in some cultures, they're not so hung up on fairness, but in America, that they do seem to be very hung up on fairness. And we try to teach kids to be fair and this and that. And we expect the justice system to be fair and everything. And, you know, okay, that's good. You know, if you're creating a system, try to make it fair, you know, that's cool. But just know that the natural world is not fair. Like, it's just not. Like, the natural world, you know, like animals, they eat each other. I mean, what's fair about that, you know? Like, there's just, you know, I would say, you know, it's ironic. Energy work is very ironic, typically, you know. There's a lot of irony in things, but the fairness just isn't there. So is there a reason why it's not fair? I just don't think it was supposed to be fair. Like, it's just, you know, life is about learning. It's about experiences. I mean, it can be about joy and happiness and fulfillment and kindness and everything, or it could be, you know, really painful. You know, and it's kind of up to you in a way. Like, it's not like, okay, you're a failure if your life has a lot of challenges, because learning from challenges is, you know, a big deal in life, you know, getting stronger. But yeah, so there's no reason why it's not fair. It's just not fair. You know, that's like, what's the reason that you have 2 arms? You just have 2 arms. You know? So I don't know. You could journal about it. You could ask your angels, maybe, if you want a bigger reason why it's not fair. But yeah, I don't think there is a reason. I mean, because you're supposed to learn non-resistance. You're supposed to learn how to strengthen yourself, how to rebuild yourself. You know, fair would be that the universe does you all these favors because you're weak and abused, right? That would be fair. But it's not fair, you know? It's just not. Like, so basically, if you learn how to let go of resentment and hatred and all that, then your healing is much more rapid. And so that teaches you to learn to let go of hatred and resentment, because you're like, oh, wow, my life is easier, you know? So, but it's, the fairness is, like I said, it's just a human construct that people are trying to make the universe obey, but it's not going to happen. Someone says, thank you. That really helps. Oh, good. Someone says, thank you. You're welcome. Someone says, I definitely question my parenting skills a lot. I'm relieved that it's other kids too about the holiday enthusiasm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. My birth mother, I mean, it depends, I mean, you could be much worse, I mean, like, but yeah, kids always want somebody to be light and fun, but people have real responsibilities. Being a parent is potentially very draining, and you might just want to be by yourself a lot, and then you have kids and you don't get that, so it's easy to not be a perfect parent. I mean, it's impossible to be a perfect parent, but I think your kid meant it in a way, if your kid wishes that you're more enthusiastic around the holidays, it does mean that they like festivities, and they like, they like glitter maybe, and they like, nice holiday carols and stuff that you could play in the house or whatever, they like some of that. And so maybe you could think of, what are they enthusiastic about, and just encourage some of that. But it could be that they're just aware of your pain, and they wish that you didn't feel so burdened, because not for them, but for you, and that's very common for sensitive kids. They always want their parents to be happier, and there's nothing wrong with that. The only risk with that is that your kids take on copies of your burdens, hoping that it would help you, but it doesn't. So what you could do is use a gold magnet, an angel assisted gold magnet if you want, and just, like a cube that's gold, or sphere that's gold, whatever shape you like, and just say, okay, I'm going to call back any of my energy blocks that my kids have taken on, so then you call all that back, and just blow it up. And you could keep doing that, so that because it's one thing if your kids just wish you were happier, but you don't want to like kind of give copies of your burdens to them, which maybe sometimes you do, and other times they take it on themselves. That's very common. So you can use a gold magnet and call all that back, even though the ones that you dumped on, your worst days, and also the ones that they took on without you giving it to them. Just take back all your baggage from your kids and then blow it up. That's a nice thing to do. You can also, holidays, they, like in a commercial settings, they'll say, oh, holiday magic, but there is kind of an angel vibe that is real. That's not just, commercial bullshit, that doesn't have to do necessarily with a holiday. I mean, you can have your home feel kind of light and filled with grace, all the time. You can say, angels, can you clean out this house so it's more conducive to joy and gratitude and lightness, and that could be something that they're noticing too, that the house needs a clean out. A house can be set at a more light, playfulness friendly vibe, which is just a house clearing that your angels can do for you. I hope that helps. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the healings, the group healings in 2024. 2025 is coming up, and the January and February sets, there are still some for sale on my website, jwhealing.com. I'll put that website out if you want them for yourself or a loved one. You can purchase them. If you've never worked with me before, I totally encourage you to go for it. But just tell me who you are, though. Like when you purchase, put your name, and feel free to email me and say, hey, I live here, and whatever. Introduce yourself. That's fine. But yeah, I'm always happy to work with new people. and people that I haven't worked with in a while, or all of the above. And I'll show Izzy. He's doing well. He has not had any seizures in the last since Saturday morning, so that's good. So I'll just show him Izzy cam. All right, so here's Izzy. Got good lighting right now. So there he is. He's sleeping. He doesn't have to wear a cone anymore because all he had was fleas, turns out. Meaning that's why he was itching. It was just the fleas. So now he's better. Oh, we're going to have to keep him on flea meds all the time, which is fine. It's worth it. So there's some flowers for you. Let's see. Alrighty. And you guys have a good rest of the year, and Happy New Year if you celebrate New Year at this time of year. And that's it. So yeah, feel free to, I don't know, be well, and try not to have expectations, like, because people hype up the holidays so much, and like companies, trying to sell stuff, hype up the holidays so much. Maybe you just feel tired and you need to nap, or maybe you feel like staying indoors, or maybe you feel like going outside, or maybe you feel like being around people. Maybe you don't feel like being around people, and that's okay. Just because everyone else feels, it seems like everyone else feels a certain way and you don't feel that way, doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. That's, I think, part of the problem with holidays is that there tends to be like this cultural sort of norm of what should be done during a certain time period that, may not be what you need to do. So you're awesome. Take care. And I'll show some emojis on the way out. Here's some butt chakras for you. Yay. All right. Good job, everybody. Happy New Year. Bye. See you in January.